I'm Chris with Racecar Camp, and today we're going to finish up everything under Eric's hood, starting with hood pin finishing. The pins are already in, but they are loose and need adjusted to just the right height with the hood. They thread on with a nut on either side of the post, so you can raise the height or lower it depending to fit your need. Now I'm going to mark where I want to drill the holes for the washers. Start with a Sharpie and then follow with probably my favorite tool in my toolbox, which is a center punch. It marks the hole with a divot so that drilling is a breeze. It's really good for these high-risk areas, like an expensive aluminum hood with fresh paint. The little divots that it leaves behind keep the drill bit from wandering all over this fresh orange paint. Once drilled, a few rivets will hold the washer on, and we'll repeat on the other side. To finish it off, I'm going to cut some rubber hose to the right height, which should keep the hood vibration minimal while on track. So we're going to do a radiator block-off plate for the top here. There's a lot that are on the market, but they're like $100. We're going to make some out of aluminum for like $4. I take it back. It's going to be like $10 because you need a pizza box. I love these simple projects. This radiator cover is two-dimensional. It doesn't have any complex bends, and it is something everyone can make with some simple hand tools. The aluminum is just roofing flashing from your local big box home store. You'll note I started with cardboard to make sure I get all my metal cuts right. Measure twice, cut once, and it actually ends up fitting perfectly. It's a pretty nice way to save $100. Next up, I'm going to walk through one of my favorite mods on my car, a fuel drain line, so you can easily weigh your fuel after each session in order to get your race weight exactly right. I really like this. I don't see many cars that have it, so I wanted to show you how to make one for Eric's car. So I am going to set you up on the vise. I'll talk you through it, and we'll get started. Everything is an NPT thread, which is a standardized thread size, and you must use NPT fittings because you are going to be holding in fuel, and without that NPT tailored thread, you're going to run into some issues. Secondly, you can do this out of stainless steel or brass. I chose brass because it's just more abundant, but as you'll note, some of the fittings are stainless steel. What I use is just regular John Deere hydraulic fittings. Any lawnmower parts store can hit you up with these, and you have to use hydraulic fittings, not like an air hose fitting, because the seals are good for petroleum oils like transmission fluid or hydraulic fluid, and they have a ball stop on each side of the fitting. So one of these will get attached to a fuel hose to drain, and the other will stay on the car. For weight, we're going to put this one on the car, and this one will get attached to a fuel hose. I just have some brass barb fittings. Nothing super sciencey here either. These can be your regular brass barb air hose fittings because they're just going to be straight pass-through brass. There's no springs, there's no check valves or anything like that. So let me get these stickers off and show you the arrangement. We're going to build the hydraulic fitting on top of the T, a hose barb on either side to receive the fuel, and then a simple MPT to MPT spacer that will go between the hydraulic fitting and the brass barbs. On the hose side, we'll simply put the brass fitting right into the hose and then just connect that to a hose that Eric will keep in his trailer and he'll drain his fuel with. We'll go right in line with your fuel. I have a nicer fitting on mine. I wasn't able to find a brass fitting that was barbed already, so here's where we're at. But it'll just go in the same spot. Bloop. If you put it on your feed line and you're running something like E85 or something uprated, you may want to step up the barbing on your hose fittings. But that's it. This one is going to go like that. So here's the final barb. I'm going to add some hose. It just needs to come up from a Miata and into a canister, so it's not a lot of hose. I'm excited to try some fuel line pliers, which I got for a birthday present. Should make short work of all this. So I'm just going to cut off the kinked section here. Oh, those are nice. Get a hose clamp, put it on the barb, nice and snug fit. Now, this isn't going to be under a lot of pressure, but I am still going to add a hose clamp. And that's it. This is actually a really good example of why you get these special cutters. I don't like the angle on this clamp because I don't want it to rub on the other fuel hose. So we're just giving it a gentle massage up. While I was installing the drain line, I noticed the cold air intake is pretty loose in the engine bay, so the last thing I'm making is something to support it. It's all simply angle bracket aluminum, again available from any big box home store. And remember, measure twice, cut once? Well, I didn't here, and as you can see, I'm going to have a lot of filing to do. But I think the end product is going to be worth it. I'm reusing two factory 12mm posts that are already affixed to the floor of the car. I really like to reuse OEM or existing mounts whenever I can, and this fits so well, I'm really happy with the final product. I'm adding this rubber stopper to help absorb some of the shock and prevent any wear between the two aluminum pieces. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in any of the special hand tools I use in this video, I'll put some affiliate links in the description. And if you like the video, please use the like button. Helps with that YouTube algorithm. And also, please consider subscribing. I'm going to keep making updates as I finish the other things yet to do on Eric's car. With this cold air intake nice and snug, I know that hood is nice and safe.